Yo, 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 it's your boy Casual Rail with the Silent A podcast. And man, we're back with another one. And a quick one at that. Yo, hit that like button. Helps us get eyes on the show. And as always, continue to subscribe, man. We really appreciate that love for this. Let's get straight into it. Yeah, we finally made it back. 3 a.m. to be exact. For all you that rocked out with us, we were traveling back from Norfolk, Virginia. We went out there for the Abdullah Mason fight card. Shout out to Top Break. Shout out to ESPN. We went live in the building, gave you some behind the scenes. Check those out. Definitely appreciate the love. And as many of you saw, we were delayed, canceled. We didn't know if we are going to make it or not. And we finally got back 3 a.m. this morning. So appreciate all you guys rocking out with us. We went live in the airport. Thank you for entertaining us. But let's get into it, right? Great event, by the way. Shout out to Norfolk, Virginia. That should be a good boxing place. A lot of people showed up. A lot of love in the building. A lot of celebrities were there. Boosie Badass was in the building. It was a good event, man, and a good time. Outside of what Keyshawn Davis's brother did, there was no issues, no fighting, no violence, man. It actually came from the damn professional fighters in the back room. And that's getting us to this issue, right? First of all, salute to King Abdullah Mason. I'm saying that for him now. King Abdullah Mason, who is making his bones. Shout out to that young man. Shout out to that young warrior. He showed up in his opposition's territory, their hometown, and put on a show. Carried the show. There were a lot of people that were impressed by Abdullah Mason if they didn't even know who he was. A lot of people obviously came there for the Davis brothers. That's their hometown show. That's their hometown backing. But we're left impressed. Like, we were in the crowd, man. We were close up, section 100. We were way up. I mean, not way up. I'm talking about we were close to the action, close to the ring. And it was crowded. It was a good event. And everybody was talking about Abdullah, right? Even though he wasn't, not from there. Then, Abdullah Mason went on to continue to talk about what he wanted to do in the sport of boxing after he got his knockout. And, a lot of people had left the arena, obviously trying to get up out there before the traffic left and everything. And he did his after speech, and it was pretty much empty. You can check out. We'll give you a background clip of everything that we were in there. You can see it on our live that while we're still in the building, we stayed all the way through, and it cleared out. But shout out to him for not being discouraged from everybody leaving. It was no disrespect to him. It was just the fact, they don't know Abdullah Mason like that. And again, the hometown guys had lost and didn't show up, all that good stuff. But he still carried himself like a professional and answered every question ESPN had, wanting to challenge himself, saying he wants to go next for the championship belts and everything that's out there on the line, and challenge himself for greatness. This is a good young character, good young professional. So shout out to King Abdullah Mason, man. He is out there doing his thing and is a good warrior. Now let's go on the other end, the other aspect. If you want to know how to destroy your career overnight, do exactly what Keyshawn Davis does. Miss weight, obviously. But more importantly, customer satisfaction. He has none. The fans are your customer. The business of boxing are your customers. Those are your stakeholders. And Mr. Keyshawn Davis, half apologized to the fans, first of all, then shows up, in the arena, mind you, not got booed when his face showed up, but really seemed unapologetic. Not, you can tell when a person cares about not just their image, but more importantly, cares about what the fans and what their people and what their customers think about you. It looked like he had no care in the world. He's thinking himself of being too much of a big star, big name, well above his time. Brother, you're not a big star yet. You're not a superstar. You are a star, or at least was a star in your city. And you're taking it too far. You got to learn and understand you are here for the fight fans. You're here for the people. You are here for your boxing legacy. You're here to make money, obviously. But the only way you get there, the only way you grow is when you take care of your people, especially those who have been in your hometown backing you before you even had a name. And to show up unprofessional 4 pounds over and get the fight canceled, didn't do what you needed to do to make the fight still happen. Y'all should have gave Edwin De Los Santos everything he asked for to make sure that fight still gone on. And shout out to Edwin De Los Santos for turning it down and walking away from that fight, because it could have been dangerous. I think they were trying to set him up for the okie doke to get beat down and embarrassed, especially for a man that's been out of the ring for 2 years. Not only did you do all that and didn't make the fight happen, but then you did nothing for the crowd, nothing for the fans, nothing for your people that's been there, nothing for the hometown. Just showed up, shinning and grinning. Then your brother gets beat. Then you go in the back rooms and start fighting the guy that just beat him. Showing your ass. And that is the way you get hometown cooked and hometown ran out of the business of boxing. Yeah, he's going to have to do something spectacular to get his name rebuilt, recentered, and brought back into the highlights. Yeah, if he's stepping up to 140, and rumor has it he's going to try to aim for Teofimo Lopez or something like that, but we'll wait to see if that happens. Whoever he takes on at 140, it's got to be a name. He can't come in half-stepping. It's got to be somebody with a decent name, and he's going to come in there and put on a performance. He's got to earn the respect of the fight fans again. He's got to start putting on top-tier performances so everybody can have amnesia and forget what happened in June 2025. When your hometown boos you, when you show up on the teleprompter, whatever that thing is called, the big screen, I'm telling you guys, we were in there live in the recording, sitting amongst the people and hearing them talk about him. They were disappointed. And they had some choice words, really didn't care too much. Now I'm sure he still has his hardcore fans that's in there. You know, some people just hate the hate. It's probably what he's going to say. But the general consensus in that audience was they were not satisfied with him. Now they'll probably get back on board, again, if he does, come in knocking heads loose, come on putting on top performances, taking on the big names more importantly, and keep showing out, and maybe bring another show that he can actually follow through on back to the city of Norfolk. But right now he's got some work to do, and he's in debt to his hometown, and he's in debt to his fight fans. Hometown cooked is what he is, and he's got some work to repair that image. Can he do it? Yeah, and it's going to take some time. I don't think he'll be back in good graces until late next year, or depending how many fights if he can get 2 nice fights back to back at 140 and they're clear, good performances, and he comes in shape, professional, handles himself well, that would be awesome. That would be great. But for right now, he wasted everybody's goddamn time and gave them nothing back for it. That is called poor customer satisfaction. People traveling all across the world to come see you fight. Athletes, superstars, hip-hop stars, you name them, coming out to see you fight. You convincing them that you're the goods to leave them empty-handed. And then more importantly, back to Abdullah Mason, the young prospect comes in and shows out on your platform and carried himself like a real professional man and warrior. That's where we need to go. That's the business of boxing. Let the hands do the fighting in the ring, and let your mouth do the talking when it's time to promote. But you got to hit step 1 first, and that's do the fighting in the ring professionally and make it there professionally. Rebuild your image. You can come back in time. But anyway, shout out to Abdullah Mason, man. We talked way too long on this. Let us know what you think. Is Abdullah Mason really the goods? Is he going to get that championship fight next for the WBO? Maybe him and Edwin De Los Santos get that thing going and show Keyshawn Davis how you're supposed to do that. And more importantly, can Keyshawn come back after he's been hometown cooked, hometown brought down, and put on a disappointment to his fans? Can he come back, and when can he come back? It's your boy Cash Real Sunday Podcast. Hit that like button, comment below, and as always, subscribe. Appreciate that love. Until next time. Peace.